Nigerian and Galatasaray footballer, star, sensation, Victor Osimhen is in the news. It's been reported by a lot of media outlets that Mercedes-Benz has filed a complaint, an official complaint with the Italian authorities against the footballer for failing to complete payment of a lease in 2023 when he was still playing for Napoli in Italy. So it looks like there should be a misunderstanding because we don't think this is something that the footballer can just clear off. We look at the weekly wages he's earning at Galatasaray and we compare it to the debts that's being filed against him in Italy, and it just doesn't tally. So it's either there is some miscommunication somewhere or it just needs to be clearer, because you and I don't believe that he's in debt of 90,000 euros and he's running away from it. Obviously, he will clear it. So everybody calm yourself, relax. We've got it sorted. Victor is going to clear it. I bet his lawyers are on it and his agents, they're all trying to clear this because he wouldn't want this type of news following him now, especially now that he's enjoying his football in Turkey. Over the weekend, he even invited some African football influencers to come to watch their game against Fenerbahce, where they beat Fenerbahce. So he's just having the time of his life right now. We believe he's settled into Turkey very easily, having fun, family, everything is just moving ahead on well for him. So that, I hope he gets to clear it and sort it out, and we continue to see the fine form that he's in. Moving on to the next story. News reports are circulating everywhere that the shooting of Lucky Dube in 2007 wasn't just a targeted shoot, but apparently it was the case of mistaken identity. They thought he was a Nigerian, and they shot him and realized afterwards that apparently he's not Nigerian, but their own famous star. How hard is that? That's a very tough pill to swallow. But that also goes back ahead to the stories that's been making around, the xenophobia story that has been happening in South Africa this week. Yes, I believe you've seen the video where school children were being sent out of school because their parents are not South African. And the issue of xenophobia, no one wins. Not the South African, not the African you're chasing out. No one. It's literally a lose-lose situation for all of us. So, yes, you shot Lucky Dube thinking he was a Nigerian. So if he was a Nigerian, then what? He deserves to die because he is in your country legally, might I say. I hope authorities are able to curb this menace called xenophobia and rid us all of this canker, because we are tired of it. We want to move on to better things, innovation, technology. We need to be thinking ahead. Africa is way past all these. I believe these are trivial matters that shouldn't be encouraged. So the perpetrators of these acts should be arrested and sentenced. Moving on to our last story. Yes, back to Champions League. Champions League was on last night and it was a blockbuster. Bayern PSG. It was a hit. And I go through it. I believe you enjoyed it. Yes, PSG beat Bayern at the Parc des Princes by 5-4. All the big boys were in action. Olise scored, Dembele scored, Kane was in there, Luis Diaz, and we all had an amazing night. This evening, it is Atletico Madrid versus Arsenal at the Metropolitano. And we hope they give us a really interesting match like we had last night. But don't have a lot of expectations because you have the king of defense in Europe, Atletico, meeting the terrorist Arteta, who has decided to play defensive football going forward. Don't expect too many goals. We just hope we'll get a lot of goals and a lot more action, interesting action. But don't expect a lot of goals. We just expect to see a lot more tactics defensively than offensively. Yes, I hope you've enjoyed being here with me because I've enjoyed bringing you the trending news today. Stick and stay with me, like, share, and subscribe, and come back another day for more news.